20th Century, directed by Howard Hawks and released by Columbia Pictures in 1934. I'm Andrew Olson, and this is my classic cinema review. John Barrymore stars as eccentric, egomaniacal impresario Oscar Jaffe. Carole Lombard stars next to him as a former lingerie model, Lily Garland. Garland has recently been discovered by Jaffe and cast as the lead in his new Broadway show. She has no former acting experience whatsoever. Despite her handicap, the show goes on to be a major hit, and Garland a star in her own right. A romance sparks between Jaffe and Garland, leading to further successes on Broadway. Jaffe, being the rather eccentric and obtuse, overbearing character that he is, ends up destroying his relationship with Garland by driving her away and very nearly ruining his professional career. A chance encounter, however, aboard the 20th Century Limited, the famous luxury passenger train that used to run between New York City and Chicago, and incidentally where the film gets its name from, gives Jaffe one last shot at not only regaining his former fame, but saving his professional career as well. I think director Howard Hawks had the best cast to work with in 1934, at least for this particular film. John Barrymore does a fantastic job as playing the parody of eccentric Broadway directors, and Carole Lombard does an equally good job of playing the fresh, new-to-Broadway actress who becomes a self-assured star throughout the rest of the story. Secondary players in the film are Roscoe Carnes and Walter Connolly, respectively. They play two assistants to Oscar Jaffe. They try to bring a more grounded, realistic nature to Jaffe's over-the-top and eccentric world. Unfortunately, Jaffe very often disagrees with them and fires them constantly throughout the film, closing the proverbial iron door, as it were, throughout. Charles Lane makes an appearance as a as a producer and enemy of Jaffe, and even Edgar Kennedy makes a cameo appearance in the film. Always good to see him. This is it's a fast-paced, witty comedy. It's a screwball comedy. Fast-paced, witty dialogue is a staple of the genre, as well as romance between the two main characters. It's a simple story. It's a romance, or a farce of a romance gone wrong. Very funny, and I do recommend the film. However, I found that the character of Jaffe, being what he is, came across a little heavy in a couple of the scenes, and I felt that at least in one scene it was just a touch on the cringe-worthy side, and that's no fault of Barrymore's. It's the character that he plays, the overbearing and eccentric Broadway director is, as he is played, a not very likable character, and I don't believe the character is supposed to be liked by the audience. So my uneasiness about the oversaturation of a couple of the scenes by Barrymore is, I think, justified. Other than that, it's a very funny film, very witty, and I do recommend it. I give it a 3.5 out of 5 star rating. If you've got a rainy Saturday afternoon, or if you're just looking for something different that you've never seen before, I think this will fit the bill. Please let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed my review, if you found it helpful, or at least just entertaining. Please let me know what you thought. Give me a like if it helped you at all, decide whether you wanted to see the film, and please tell me if you enjoyed 20th Century. Did you hate it? Did you like it? And will you see it based on my review? Hit that subscribe button for more reviews coming up in the near future. I will be back soon with more classic cinema reviews, and I look forward to seeing all of you next time.